डॉक्टर बाबासाहेब आंबेडकर ओपन युनिव्हर्सिटी.
Good afternoon, dear students. Greetings of the day. I, Dr. Chintan Waghela, working as an assistant professor of English subject at Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University. As usual, we are discussing a popular educational quote first, and then only we are having a session. So one more time, I have brought something for you, that education is not just about acquiring the knowledge, but it is all about exploring the depths of our own potential. It means that, dear students, as we have already discussed in the previous video lectures as well, that kindly don't educate yourself to get the degrees only, to get the jobs only, but always try to get the education in the terms of, in the context of overall development and the progress of yourself as well as the society as well. And we have to develop some potential as well to make our life peaceful and effective. So let's start our today's session. Yes. So dear students, our today's topic is all about that lexical semantics. Unit 8, which is the part of block 2, unit 8, lexical semantics. So let's start our today's session. Before we begin this session, I just want to introduce the components of today's presentation. Number 1, introduction of the topic, lexical relations, how meanings relate to each other, hyponyms and hypernym, synonyms, antonyms, homonyms, and extension of meaning. So these are the contents of today's presentation. Yes, dear students, very first slide is all about the introduction of this today's topic. Introduction. Here that you can see that semantics is an allied field of linguistics. It is the study of meaning words, phrases, or the sentences. It also known as that lexicosemantics as well. So semantics is the study of meaning of words and phrases, a key area within linguistics. Specifically, lexical semantics, as we have already discussed, that also known as lexicon semantics, is a branch of this field. It focuses on the meanings of lexical units, including individual words, more minor parts like prefixes or suffixes, and larger structure like compound words and the phrases. These lexical units comprise the collection of words in a language known as the lexicon. Lexicon semantics explores how the meanings of these units are connected to the structure of the language and its grammar. This relationship between meaning and structure is referred to as the syntax-semantics interface. Lexical semantics is a study of word meanings. It examines a word's essential meaning and how the word itself represents that meaning, making it a study of words as complete entities. While children naturally pick up grammar as they grow, building a vocabulary is a lifelong process. A lexical unit refers to a single word or a group of words that form of building blocks of a language vocabulary or the lexicon. The study of this building block is called lexicology. Lexical semantics focuses on specifically on words meanings, but other areas of study go further as well. For example, lexicology explores the structures and parts of words, while etymology investigates words' origins and history. These fields are separate from lexical semantics, which focuses only on meaning. So dear students, here that you can see that in first slide we have an introduction about the lexical semantics, how the words work, how the words built, how we are speaking, and so on. Dear students, next slide is all about that is called hyponym and hypernyms. Let's discuss it first, that what is the meaning of both the terms. Hyponym and hypernym describe the relationship between a broad term that is called a hypernym and more specific terms that is called the hypernyms that fall under it. For instance, so here there is one kind of example we have, like colors like red, green, blue and yellow are hypernyms because they are specific example of the broader category, which is the hypernym color. Dear students, for your better clarification, in this slide we are having a difference of both the terms. Let's see. In third slide, hyponym is a word that denotes a more specific concept with the scope of a broader category. In simple terms, the hyponym is a type of the hyperterm. A hypernym is a word which encompasses broader category under which specific words that is fall. In simpler terms, hypernyms is a category of general classes. Here you will find some examples as well. That what is the major differences between hypernym and hypernym. Number one, hypernym is one kind of vehicle we have. And hyponym that is called car, bicycle, truck, airplane, boat and all this. So here that you can see the car is a type of vehicle, a bicycle is a type of vehicle as well. So here the main category we can see that is called vehicle we have, and the rest of the words called the car, bicycle falls under this category. Number two that you are getting on the screen as well, that is called fruit we have. An apple is a type of fruit, banana, orange and all these things. Number three that is called hypernym, that is called animal we have. Hypernym is called dog, cat, eagle and elephant. So these are the examples we are having that is called of about the hypernyms. The next part is all about the hyponym as well. Let's see. Number one that is called hyponym, hammer, screwdriver and wrench. That is called hypernym, tool. Dear students, here my intent is to inform you that sometimes what happens that we are using the word called vehicle, but we are having various vehicles, scooter, bike, bicycle. So all they fall in one category only. In the second portion that you are getting on the screen, that is called that hammer, screwdriver and wrench. So here we are having the various tools, but they are identified as tool only. Number two that is called hyponym, rose, tulip, orchid, that is called flower we are having. Two kind of graphs, at least we are having an idea that what is hypernym and hyponym. Yes, dear students, next slide is all about that synonyms we have. I think, dear students, you all are very familiar with the word called synonyms. Synonym means that we are having the same meaning of the word which we are have. Like synonyms means having different words that look or sound different, but we are having the same meaning. For instance, words like happy, joyful and glad all express the same feeling of happiness, even though they are spelled and pronounced completely different. Yes, for better clarification, I have mentioned some synonyms on your screen that you are getting. The first one is called sad we are having. So sad, mostly that we are using the word called sad. But if we want to use a unique vocabulary, we are having unhappy, sorrowful, downcast, mournful, gloomy like this. Second word is called big, large, huge, enormous, massive, gigantic. So dear students, the left hand side that you are getting the words which are in the red color, that we are using all these words, but right hand side the fonts, the words we are getting in the black color, they are the synonyms that we can also use instead of the words which we are using. So that is called synonym. Next one is all about the antonyms we are having. Antonyms, while we are having some words antonym, that are completely opposite meaning we are having. Okay, as we can see that happy, joyful and glad in synonyms, they are having the same meaning. But in antonyms that we are having something about the opposite meaning as well. As for example, that you can see happy, then it is also have a meaning called sad, miserable, unhappy, and sorrowful. Dear students, here that you can see one more time, happy, something is having the positivity we are having. But the word that you are getting over here, that is called sad, miserable, unhappy, and sorrowful, which all represent the negative and the opposite meaning of the word is given, that is called happy. Second one is called big, small, tiny, petite, little, fast, that is called slow, sluggish, and unhurried. So that is one kind of antonyms we are having. Next word is all about the homonyms. Dear students, I just want to draw your attention here. I hope so many of you are very familiar with this word. But if you don't know with this word, if you are not familiar with this word, then it's a time to pay attention to know where we have to use, how we have to use. Homonym refers to the relationship between the words that are spelled and the pronounced in the same way, but hold the different meanings. As for example, bank. So bank of river and bank means financial institution. So dear students, mostly while we are using the word called bank, so homonyms, it means that we are having a word which spelled and pronounced in the same way but have a different meaning. As for example, bank, bank of river, and bank means a place where we are keeping our money, that is called the bank. So that is the meaning of homonym we are having. For better clarification, in this slide you will find some homonyms as well. How? Let's see. The first one that we are getting, that is called bat we have. A flying mammal, the bat flew out of the cave. And the second one is called a piece of sports equipment. He swung the bat to hit the ball. I hope, dear students, by getting this example, at least that you are getting the meaning of that homonyms. We are having the same pronunciation, we are having the same spelling as well, but we are having the different meaning, that is called the homonyms. Second one, that is called match we have. A contest or the game. The soccer match was thrilling. And second one is called a stick used to start a fire. Light the candle with a match. Third one is called palm, the inner surface of the hand. That is called this palm we have. And the second one is a type of tree. That is one kind of palm means one kind of tree as well. So dear students, by getting all three examples, at least that you have an idea what is the homonym we have. Dear students, next slide is all about the extension of meaning. Extension of meaning, it means that we are all necessarily interested in meaning. We wonder about the meaning of the new word as well. Sometimes we are not sure about the message we should get from the something we read or hear. And we are concerned about getting our own message across the others as well. And we find in jokes which are often for their humor, meanings and the ambiguities in the sentence as well. We are naturally curious about the meaning. When we come across a new word, we wonder what it means. Dear students, some people, some students, they are always habituated while they are reading, while they hear the particular word, and they are always curious, they are always eager to know the meaning of this word and to put in implementation as well, how to use this word in our daily routine as well. Sometimes what happens, that we are unsure about the message we are supposed to understand from the something we have read or the heard. And we also want to make sure others clearly understand what we are trying to say as well. Dear students, here I would like to draw your attention that sometimes what happens, that we don't know the original meaning and the uses of the particular word, and even though we are speaking in our daily conversation, daily communication, but sometimes what happens, dear students, while we don't know the particular meaning of the particular words, it may have some wrong meaning as well, wrong effect as well, wrong outcome as well. So the thing is only on about that don't be crazy by speaking the particular words what you have read somewhere, what you have heard somewhere, but always pay attention that what is the outcome, or by using that particular word in the proper way, which kind of effect that you can give. So here in this concern, dear students, we must be very conscious about that which kind of word that we are reading, we are hearing from the people, and how we are using all these words. Sometimes what happens, the jokes often make us laugh because they play on the meaning of words or ambiguities. Ambiguities means one kind of confusion in sentences and adding a fun twist to how we have interpreted the language. So dear students, here my concern is only and only that while we are reading, it could be social media, it could be some novels, it could be any kind of magazine. Hearing, we are listening some podcast as well. We are having some audio clips as well. And mostly what happened that when we don't know the actual and the proper pronunciation of that word, and while we are using this word in our conversation, it creates wrong impression as well. It creates one kind of ambiguity as well. And at last, we cannot bring people's attention as well as the meaning of the word as well. So the main concern of today's video is only and only like the word, the sentence, what to use, how to speak, and all these things. And the remedy is called, we always be sure what we have to speak, how we have to speak, whether the word has one more meaning or not. If there is one more meaning of the same word, then we must be conscious and accordingly we have to speak the word. Otherwise, it brings a wrong impression and it creates one kind of nuisance as well. I hope today's presentation is quite beneficial for you to understand the lexical pattern and the sentences. So here I just want to conclude my session over here. I would like to thanks from the bottom of my heart to all the listeners, all the students, and all the supportive people for paying attention your time. Thank you.
स्वाध्यायः परमः